Art Basel opens this week in Switzerland. It is the biggest contemporary art fair in the world. And if you can't get a ticket, well, you might want to try Instagram. Yes, the photo-sharing site with more than 300 million active users is infiltrating the world of high-end art by allowing collectors to browse their favorite artists online. Bloomberg luxury reporter James Tarmy has a story about it, so we want to find out more. What kind of luxury are we talking? Good to see you. What kind of art are we talking about here?
Mostly art from young artists. You know, it's sub $50,000, but it's also very colorful visual art that sells best on Instagram. It's a very small space to look at it. So
now, when you said sells best on Instagram, I want to pick up on something there. Are people actually making art so that it just looks great on that little screen or on the Instagram app?
Well, that's a concern. You know, it's anecdotally from various dealers and collectors with whom I've spoken. There's obviously the worry that as Instagram becomes more pervasive in the art world, it will actually affect the way that people make artwork, since they know that people are going to be looking at it via you know, their phones. But for the time being, you know, there isn't too much evidence to support that.
Now, is this just an added way for galleries to distribute the work of their artists, or for artists themselves to just go directly to the public?
Absolutely. You know, it works differently for dealers, collectors, and artists themselves. For dealers, they can take a photo of what they're going to bring to Art Basel, and a collector who isn't necessarily going to be there can see what they're bringing and write to them. For an artist can actually kind of bypass the dealer themselves and say, okay, you know, this is my personality, this is who I am, and it's a way for collectors to actually see artists in a way that they wouldn't normally.
And what about the collector who maybe has something in the collection, they want to exchange it, they want something more different, they want to sell it, but they don't want to go through a gallery because maybe they don't want to pay the commission? What do? Put it up on Instagram?
Not quite yet. You know, collectors are primarily using it now to actually see what other collectors are buying and see artworks that they wouldn't normally have access to. It's a way to actually derive insight into worlds that they wouldn't actually obviously have access to.
Right, because maybe you're not going to go to every art gallery or every booth at the art shows, so this is an easy and convenient way to go through and actually check out different kinds of work. But can you actually do a transaction on Instagram? What happens? You find, James Tarmy finds something, I know, for under $50,000 that you really like, and you say, I want to get that. What do you do next?
Well, you know, it's a way of starting a conversation a lot of the time. Not too many people are simply buying straight off of Instagram, but they might already have an existing relationship with a gallery, might already have collected one or two of the artist's works, say, oh, I didn't know about this, immediately contact the gallery. You know, I spoke to several collectors who, within 30 minutes of seeing something on Instagram, had agreed to purchase a work of art.
So it was being used as a marketing tool.
Exactly.
So is there an opportunity maybe for Instagram? I mean, you remember MySpace? That was big in the music industry. Now is something going to be tailored for the art market where, you know, you don't get to go and show in a gallery, you just show it online and you get many more responses? Certainly,
and there are Instagram-only art projects that are occurring in various ways. People are curating them. Artists are making work specifically for Instagram in a variety of ways, and they're selling them.
And Instagram is benefiting from this because of the increased traffic, but they don't get a take of anything. They don't get a commission or anything.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. All right. Well, we can read more about it, of course. Thanks very much, James Tarmy. Your latest article available on Bloomberg.com.